Boxing Truth here. Another prediction video for the co-featured fight this Saturday on The Zone, featuring Roman Gonzalez looking to regain his status at the top. He's one of the top premier lighterweight fighters in the world. He's hasn't gone anywhere. He just hasn't been on the scene. He hasn't been in the limelight ever since he got knocked out and iced by Ramosai in that rematch. He's been rebuilding. He's been taking some time off. He's been recovering from injuries. He's been doing everything a prize fighter's supposed to do after getting knocked out. Take time away, reflect, regroup, dust himself off, get back in there. And he's coming off 2 knockout wins over showcase opponents. Granted, he's looked better each time out that he's had in his 2 subsequent fights since getting knocked out. And now he's in a world title fight at last, after almost 3 years since his last title fight. And he's fighting a paper champion, really. A guy that's very, very beatable in Khalid Yafai. A guy who ain't that good, but is considered, well, he is the longest reigning British world champion. He may be the longest reigning British world champion, but he definitely ain't nowhere near the best reigning British world champion. That's for sure. Yafai is a decent fighter. Does nothing spectacular, does nothing special. There's nothing great about him. He's a paper champion. He hasn't really proven that he's a legitimate champion. He hasn't really proven that he's an elite champion. He's had mediocre performances. He's had showcase fights where he doesn't look dominant or doesn't make any statements. He's really nowhere near the class of a prime Roman Gonzalez. A prime Roman Gonzalez would trash his dude within 4 or 5 rounds. But you have to question how much Roman Gonzalez really has left. Now at the age of 32 years old, that's considered ancient in the lighter weight classes. He's looked good in the subsequent fights since getting knocked out. He's looked sharper after each outing. He knocked both of those dudes out. He looked really good in his last fight against that showcase opponent that he fought. You know, his combinations were flowing. The left hook looked devastating. You know, the aggressiveness, the hunger might be back. Roman is just flat out, just hands down, a way better fighter. Even perhaps this faded version is still considered better than this Khalid Yafai, he is what he is. Not a dominant champion, not a great champion, not considered a top champion, just an okay fighter who's been an Olympian. He's undefeated, hasn't really fought the best in the world, but now he's finally getting his significant fight here to prove that he's a legitimate champion. But if Roman can't beat this chump, then he needs to hang up the gloves. He needs to just stop embarrassing himself. He's going to lose to the likes of the Khalid Yafais of the world. I have put on the house on Roman Gonzalez for this Saturday. I got that much faith that he's going to do the job and relieve Khalid Yafai of his strap and his status as the longest reigning British champion out there right now. He may be the longest reigning, but he ain't the best British champion, that's for sure. Roman should dispatch of this chump. It's very possible he does it by knockout. I mean, Yafai is an aggressive fighter, fights in the pocket. He has the perfect style for Roman to get off his combinations, his punches to the body. He's also an aggressive fighter. The style just suits Roman. He's not going to be having to chase Yafai around. He's not going to have to hunt him down. Yafai is going to bring the fight to him. He's going to try to go toe-to-toe because that's just how he fights. He's a pressure boxer puncher, but he ain't that good. So the style suits Roman Gonzalez. He'll be with a guy that's going to cooperate, be in front of him. He's a big target. Doesn't have a great defense. Roman is sharper, better offensively, a better combination puncher, more fluid, faster, more powerful, bigger firepower, and he's better defensively. He has every advantage in this fight, and yet he is the betting underdog. I got him at even money odds. He was as high as plus 123. Maybe he'd think he doesn't have anything left. Maybe he's the underdog because Yafai is the undefeated champion and Gonzalez hasn't been at the top in almost 3 years and was knocked out the last time he fought at world level. So that could be the reason. But Roman should beat this chump. This guy is not elite. He'll never be elite. And if Roman gets past this assignment, which I expect him to do, maybe a long-awaited rematch with Gallo Estrada will finally come to fruition. Since Inoue is ducking punk chump ass, don't want to fight him. Wants to fight hyped up bantamweights, while Roman Gonzalez has to pick up Inoue's slack. But then we'll find out for sure how much Roman Gonzalez has left. If he gets past Yafai and fights that long-awaited rematch with Gallo Estrada, could he still beat him in a rematch? It'll most likely be a different fight. Gonzalez for the victory. Could be by knockout or decision. But I got some serious coin on Roman for this Saturday. It's either going to be a great victory or a devastating defeat for Boxing Truth. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.